bit of extras for our YouTube listeners, from the Stateside Report UK. We love the YouTube listeners. It's where Stateside Humph and the Atlanta Hawks fans went toe to toe one year. I had to
Perfect marriage.
Yeah, I had to fight his corner that year. I won't forget it. I might even pull up the clip. It might be somewhere in the description. Who knows?
Shout out the Hawks, man. Thank you for giving us that dub the other week, man. I appreciate it.
Do you see why the Hawks fans don't like you? They don't. They really don't.
What do they call it? 3-point lane.
Oh no,
we take those.
No, you take those. I think they've. If we meet the Hawks, actually, no, they ain't got Trey Ski no more. We beat the hell out.
That's actually one fixture I've never seen. The Hawks versus the Kings. I don't remember a single game of that.
I couldn't tell you. It's probably a very up and down series, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll find it for you after we finish our Lakers conversation, just because we just finished recording an episode of the Stateside Report UK, available on all platforms. Go listen to it. Wherever you listen to your podcast, it will be there. But we were speaking a little bit off cameras about the Lakers, the Lake Show, because naturally they always come up in conversation. And there's quite a lot going on in regards to what is going on in Lakerland. And Stateside Humph, you brought up a very interesting point in regards to, you said over the summertime that essentially Luka, give him the keys. This is the not only the future, but this is the now of where the Lakers need to be. And it's easy to say that because, we've seen how well he started. He's actually leading the league in scoring. I know he hasn't played, or he's missed some games, but he's leading the league with 41 points a game right now. Obviously that's going to come down as the season goes on. However, Stateside Humph, very early doors, but your vision is probably starting to come to fruition a little bit in regards to, look, this guy is your future, but he's also your now.
100%. And Luka has always been one of my favorite players to watch for a long time, especially since when OKC, the whole thing happened with Westbrook and we sucked. I then kind of started watching Luka. That's when he got into the league. So I've watched Luka closely. Do you know what I mean? It's just only recently that I've started to hate on him a little bit because people are, trying to compare him to SGA and all of that stuff. But I understand how great Luka is. And obviously seeing what he done at the Mavs before, for some odd reason they traded him. He's come into the season, dropped a lot of pounds. And this season, like we mentioned in the offseason, that there was going to be a lot of talk, a lot of questions on Luka. Can he answer the bell? Can he get back to the form that he showed at the Mavs? Do you know what I mean? Can he play high-level basketball? Which is no question, it's Luka. Do you know what I mean? You can see that's what he's doing when he is available. They've built a good team around him as well. But as long as you have as long as Luka has the ball in his hands, he always creates something. I mean, they don't call him Luka Magic for no reason. And when Luka's fit and healthy, like you said, averaging 41 points, I think it will just regress back to 33, 34, which should still lead the league in scoring. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get you a lot of wins. In the playoff situation as well, he's been there, done that. You know what I mean? Got to the finals with that Mavericks team. They do have a sophomore coach in JJ Redick who, still learning his trade. Do you know what I mean? If you cross him, he will let you know. Do you know what I mean? He will let you know about him, about yourself. Do you know what I mean? So he expects and demands a lot from that team. And like I said, as long as you have Luka, Austin Reaves as well started the season on fire. Do you know what I mean? A couple of games where LeBron hasn't played yet. When I made a claim that it was kind of a bit tongue in cheek, but there's some sort of truth to it that the Lakers should just give the keys to Luka. Do you know what I mean? Give Luka the keys and let him run the whole show. When you have Austin Reaves next to him and Jake LaRavia, who's just come out of nowhere, apparently one of your boys from the Kings as well.
I mean, feed the league. Feed the league.
As the kids call it on Twitter, exciting whites. Do you know what I mean? It's snowing in LA.
Hey, but it's snowing and the people are going though.
Facts.
The people are going.
Facts. No, the Lakers are playing very fun basketball, especially obviously when you've got the brand of basketball Luka plays as well, coupled with LA and the bright lights and how everything's a show over there. You know what I mean? Lake show. It's just a perfect marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel so. I feel so. I feel you. And in regards to, some of the people that you mentioned, them doing this without LeBron James. And I have a question for you in regards to LeBron James. In a second, let me know your thoughts when you hear this roster in regards to Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart, Dalton Connect, Jackson Hayes, Vando, Bronny James. And there's probably some others, I know Coloco's over there as well. There's probably others, but those are the people that at least scored a bucket in the NBA as the season has started. Is this a team that you like in terms of depth? Because that's where the NBA is going, right? You want to have as many, good players that fit a system as you can. You saw that's what OKC won a championship with. You saw that's what the Pacers made the finals with. And obviously, it's a copy and paste league. So that's what teams are now going to do. They're going to stack their team with as much talent as possible. Do the Lakers fit that criteria in your eyes in regards to having talent on the roster? Not just at the top, but throughout.
I think the Lakers have decent talent. Like I said, obviously in the playoffs, you do reduce your bench quite a bit naturally anyway. Even if you do have a lot of depth, the deeper you get in your playoffs, there's just 7, maybe 8 players that you trust and just rotate that. But I think the question is, as I mentioned before, this is the coach JJ Redick's
JJ Redick,
second year in
yes.
the league. The question is, can he trust who he has on the bench in the postseason? Because last season you saw against the Timberwolves in the first round of in the first round of the playoffs, he only played a starting 5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he only played a starting 5 and still ended up losing the series.
In one
Do you know
game,
what I
he
mean?
played his starting 5 for the
The
rest
whole
of
of the
the
second
second half.
half.
Yes, for whole 24 minutes.
That's what I'm trying to say. And you've got a LeBron, a 40-year-old at that time, gassing out as well. You need to put some trust in some of these players, as we always kind of is the same stick that we used to beat Coach Thibodeau with. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? He just runs these players into the ground. So when it comes to the postseason, they're tired. He's not using his bench. He's not trusting his bench. But then obviously when you saw with Coach Tibbs last year, he got to a spot where he was just desperate. He was just looking for something off the bench when I think it was 2-1 down against the Pacers in Game 4. Then he started playing your
I saw Campaign getting
Landry
minutes.
Shamet. He started
Yeah.
playing Landry Shamet. He started playing Campaign. So he's basically scrambling to see, throwing something at the wall, see what sticks. But as a coach, you don't want to end up in that position because it could easily fall. You could easily fall flat on your face. Do you know what I mean? So I think Coach Redick just needs to use the season to trust your players that you have on the bench, see what matchups work, see what matchup don't. With Luca, you're going to win games anyway. You're going to win a lot of games with Luca. You know what I mean? But you should still use that to see what matchups work and to trust the bench and trust the depth that you do have. So when you do end up in the playoffs, you have a good sample size of this person in a month of January and a month of this worked with this lineup, that worked with that lineup. So I can plug him here, play him here. But if you don't and you keep trusting just your starting 5, or you play your starting 5 the whole of the second half, you're only doing that to your detriment. So I think it's more so, can Coach Redick trust his depth rather than does the Lakers have good depth? You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. And what you're saying is it's not wrong per se. However, has to be the JJ Redick also has to have the question. Yes, I have to put trust in these guys, but are these guys good enough for me to put my trust in? Now, last year, I felt like it probably wasn't the case because, well, you just didn't play your guys when it was quite obvious that you need to rotate the team, especially when it came to the playoff time. Now, obviously, time will tell whether he really trusts the likes of, Dalton Connect second year. Let's see what he can bring. Marcus Smart, let's see what you still have in the tank. Bronny James, this is your second year. Obviously, you had, in my eyes, very unfair pressure coming into the league this year. But hey, second year in the league now, I'm willing to give you a little bit more, of a chance. Just because, look, if we have as deep a team as people say we are, then hey, Bronny, I need to see what we have. I need to see if you can play or not. You know what I mean? Austin Reaves, you need to take a little bit more of a jump, which he has. Fair play to him. You have to take more of a jump, especially when Luka's not going to be playing, when LeBron's not going to be playing. Let's see what we have in you. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Lakers' depth has in store for them. We've spoken all about the Lakers and we've left one piece off the table. Stateside Humph. Arguably, not in
The
your
GOAT.
eyes. Oh, the goal. Yeah,
Oh, no, he's the
that's
GOAT.
undisputable.
Not that bold fraud.
No. We're not hearing that. Not hearing that. I heard him on NBC talking about load management, by the way, the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I gave it to him. It was good still. It was very
Nah, I
good.
mean, if you're standing there posting up and you barely running up and down the court, of course you're gonna play 82 games a season. I mean,
Bloody hell.
but hey,
But no, LeBron James is the person that we've left off the table in regards to this. Can't remember where I saw it, but I saw a nasty narrative going in regards to LeBron James. You know that Colin Howard, the LeBron. We're good.
We're
We
good,
good.
bro.
We good, bro. We good. But
Good,
that's
bro.
what them man was saying. Them man was saying, LeBron, if we traded you tomorrow, I promise you I will sleep good at night, no problem. Stateside Hamph. If the Lakers have championship aspirations and you woke up tomorrow and saw LeBron James got traded out of LA and went somewhere, then malware, somewhere else, what would your reaction be?
Bro. Fans are so fickle, it cracks me up, man. And I'm one of them. Do you know what I mean? I did say the Lakers should get rid of LeBron and just give the keys to Luca. But you still, if you're in and around the playoffs, you still need LeBron. Do you know what I mean? No one's made more playoff appearances. No one's scored more points in the playoffs. At the age of 41, when he's fit and healthy, he's still top 10 player in the league, undoubtedly. So I don't know if I can easily trade that type of talent. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of his age, do you know what I mean? Because you still be some sort of value to your team in terms of winning. So I'd be destroyed if I was a Lakers fan. Do you know what I mean? If you got rid of LeBron, I'd still want to keep him, even for this year anyway. Maybe from next year moving forward, then I might hear it. But this year, once you get LeBron back, load manage him well, and yeah, try and get him back in your team as soon as you can. But it's just one of those with fans out of sight, out of mind. They almost forget how good you are. They almost forget how valuable you are to the team because like I said, hashtag exciting whites. You know what I mean? It's one of those. But once LeBron comes back and he's doing what he does, and the Lakers are still winning games, then obviously gonna be like, we miss LeBron. This is why LeBron is who he is. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be that case. And I just wanted to quickly just talk about the depth thing that you were talking about. I think Lakers fans or just Lakers in general, they'd hope to have more blowout wins where at that point then you're playing Dalton Connect and your Kolokolo and Bronny the whole of
Yes.
the fourth quarter and stuff
Yes.
like that. Because when I see with OKC, I think Shea hasn't played the last three fourth quarters or something like that. So then it gives opportunity to other people as well because the game's already done by the third quarter. So then players that don't really get minutes are will get sustained minutes. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So then
you
you can
get
show
your
the
G
coach what
League
you want to
guys in
see.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So then obviously you're resting your Lucas and stuff. So you'd hope you win the game by the third quarter. So then you're really giving more reps and more playing time to the players that just rarely ever get game time. So I just wanted to add that in there as well.
For sure, for sure. And then obviously in regards to the LeBron conversation, like I think some Laker fans like unless LeBron requests a trade, I'm 99% sure he has a no trade clause as well.
I think
So,
he does have a no trade clause.
look, these kind of players just don't get traded, man. When it comes
No.
to best of all time, kind of Michael Jordan never got traded, Kareem
No.
Abdul never got traded, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Julius never got traded.
Right.
So when it comes to these kind of players that are like they're not even upper echelon, these are like the highest of the high that you can get,
Yeah.
and especially LeBron James, who is 40 years old and still giving you top 10 player kind of output. I'm sorry, you don't
Mm.
trade that. I'm sorry,
Nope.
you just don't. And especially as he's coming to the end of his career, end of his NBA career, look,
Yeah.
he will go out on his own terms, whether it's with another team via free agency or with the Lakers. You lot are stuck with him probably to the end of his career. So, and I'm also not one of those people that say the Lakers are a better team without LeBron James, because I still think that sounds ludicrous. If LeBron James is not LeBron James, he can still be an effective player on the Lakers specifically. That kind of IQ, that kind of scoring ability, that kind of physicality, that kind of versatility. You don't
And the
just
experience,
the
you can't
experience.
trade, you can't
You
buy that
don't
anywhere else.
just pick that up off the floor in sunny Los Angeles and move about your day. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
I'm sorry, Laker fans. If you're one of them guys that say LeBron James, get out, pack your bags. If you're one of them Laker fans that says LeBron James, we can get a nice little trade package together for you, pack it in. Simple as that.
Right. No, I wholeheartedly agree. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it just goes back to how fickle fans are. Out of sight, out of mind, so they forget how good you really are. But at the end of the day, it's just LeBron. LeBron's always going to be LeBron. So
Yeah.
I can't wait for I can't wait for his return and see obviously what the Lakers look like when he's back.
Yeah, for sure, man. This was our Lakers ramble. Please like, share, comment, rate, subscribe, all that jazzy stuff if you enjoyed it. Me and Stateside Humph will be back. This is on the YouTube channel, so
Yeah.
as I said, go listen to the podcast. Go watch the other YouTube videos if you haven't. We have a lot of YouTube shorts. We have the social medias all up and running as well. We'll
Oh,
be back.
feast.
Yeah, I'd like to say we'll be back next week. I don't know if we'll be
Yeah.
back next week. YouTube videos are hard to put out, dog. Oh, they're
Facts.
hard to put
I
out.
don't think we can. If, we don't need to edit this. I think we just cut it and
Oh,
just paste that.
this is top tailed
Yeah.
bush. Off you go.
Right. Literally.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
But we'll be back sooner than you think. Trust me
Of
on
course.
that.
Just stay tuned. Is what we're
Oh
saying.
yeah, exactly.
There we are.
Oh, all right. Say night, lads. Have a good one. See you
Stay
next week.
tuned.